everyone. I have a list of 15 of my personal tried and true cruise packing essentials, and I want to share it with you all. So, the things on this list are either going to include things that will increase the fun and the adventure in your trip, or they're going to make things run a little bit more smoothly, more comfortably, and increase the functionality of some of the items that you have. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, I'm Nini Passion, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, then you know that this is just another one of my little travel videos that I'm doing. I love cruising. I have a couple other cruise videos on my channel. Check those out if you haven't done so already. But yeah, I've been on a few cruises now, enough to where I feel like I'm kind of an expert on what I need to pack and what I don't need to pack. But these are just little fun little essentials that I wanted to show you. So here we go. Let's get right into it. The first thing that I want to show you guys is, drum roll please, door decorations. Okay, so let me show you guys the door decorations I have for my upcoming trip. They're so cute. I got these from Dollar Tree. I actually purchased these during the springtime, before I even knew I was going on a cruise, really. Get some little decorations that make sense for your trip. Okay, the next thing that I have are magnet hooks. So let me show you all the ones that I have. I have about 12 of these magnet hooks. I actually use these magnet hooks for so many things. So not only do I use them to hang up the door decorations on the door, whether it's like I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 in the corner, or like one in the middle to hang like the little sign that you guys saw, or I'll hang these from the ceiling in the cabin as well, and I'll be able to hang things from the ceiling like little banners or streamer thingies. I don't know, depending on how messy I want my room to be, I guess. But magnet hooks. I feel like everybody says that you need magnet hooks. I agree, you need magnet hooks. Okay, the next thing that I have is an outlet splitter. Woo! Okay, so each cruise line has their own stipulations on the different types of outlet splitters that you can have, whether it's surge protected, non-surge protected, how the types of outlets, whatever. But I think right now Royal Caribbean says that you can have a non-surge protected outlet splitter. I actually don't know if this one's even the right kind. I'm gonna try to bring it, but I'm gonna look into that before I go. And if you're not sure about which outlet splitter is allowed on your cruise and in your cabin, go ahead and just do a quick Google search, look it up on the cruise line's website, and you'll figure it out pretty easily. If you're just not good at researching, call the cruise line's phone number and ask them, and they will tell you. The next thing I have is a portable fan. So you guys see these a lot nowadays, where they just kind of turn on like that and they give you a nice breeze of air. I highly recommend, if you're going on a hot weather cruise and you're going to the Caribbean like I am during hurricane season, where it's just sweltering hot, it's humid, and everything else, definitely bring your little fan like this. I used to like bringing the handheld fans, like the old school fans, but ever since Boots on the Ground came out, they started calling them clacker fans, and now they're not as elegant and cute. They're just a dancey little thing, and they're actually banned in certain places on the ship. So I said, you know what? We might not be as cute and elegant with this, but I know this won't get confiscated. So we have that fan. The next thing that I like to have is a first aid kit. So this first aid kit, I actually created it myself with various little medications that I had in my medicine cabinet and things that I thought maybe people I was traveling with might need, or I'm a nurse, okay? So I just like to stay prepared. I've got everything from cough drops to pain relieving medications, stomach medications, antihistamines. I got an ACE bandage. All these little things I've either gotten from Walmart or Dollar Tree. And then I made a list of the instructions on the different medications, and I just put it right in here. You know how annoying it is when other people have like a cold or something, and then that stops all the plans because they have a cold and they can't breathe through their nose, so now they just can't function. That's annoying. So guess what? You got some daytime cold and flu medicine for them, okay? They're good for like 4 to 6 hours, okay? Okay, we're moving right along. Oh, something else I wanted to mention in the first aid department is feminine hygiene products. I don't care if you know yourself. I don't care what the day is on the calendar. Bring feminine hygiene products so that you can be comfortable and safe no matter what, because you just never know. Our bodies like to play tricks on us. Okay, now we can move along. The next thing that I have, I'm actually so excited about it. It is some cutesy tootsy little towel clips. So these towel clips, I've got new ones. I got flamencos and I've got margaritas. Okay, super cute little towel clips. These are multi-purpose, obviously to hold down your towels while you're on your balcony or on the top deck and the ship is moving 30 miles an hour in the middle of the ocean and it's windy. These will hold down your towels, but also on your balcony. Well, okay, I only travel with a balcony, but if you have a balcony, you can clip your wet bathing suits out there or wet towels and let them dry so that they're not getting all mildewy and gross in your room and stinking up your luggage on your way home. So I've got these new ones. I have not used these cute ones yet, but these I got from Dollar Tree like 5 years ago, and they are so sturdy and they're actually more malleable than the new ones. And I feel like I'm gonna bring a set of these older ones just in case, because I feel like the new ones that are so cute are a little flimsy. I don't know if it's because they're not broken in yet or what, but anyways, I got some cute little ones. Why am I putting everything over there? This is supposed to be going in the suitcase. I'm defeating the purpose of making this video. Okay, the next thing that I have is Ziploc bags. I think that you should bring Ziploc bags on board your cruise with you, not only for storing food possibly that you brought back from the buffet for like a midnight snack. You might want to bring like some fruits or something back, or you might want to cover your plate on your walk back to your room or on your walk to your seat that you found somewhere. But you can also put one or two of these inside of your beach bag, and if you have to change at the beach, you can put your wet bathing suits or wet hair products, whatever it might be, in a Ziploc bag, and it keeps everything from getting gross and soaking wet. All right, so next we have seasonings slash hot sauces, things that can flavor up your food if you're not quite in love with the flavor of the food that you've been getting. I just went ahead and grabbed like some little 25-cent um, sauces that I found at Wally World. I got fire roasted garlic and habanero, and I got sweet and spicy Polynesian. Now, I know that it's kind of ratchet to be pulling out hot sauce out your bag. I know it's ratchet to be bringing a seasoning shaker and seasoning up food, especially in front of the chef. You know, like that's a little bit ratchet. I don't know any other word for it. But I have gone on a cruise out of Miami before, and I am not a picky person. I was able to eat and enjoy all of the food, but I am a Louisiana girl, and it was not highly, highly, highly seasoned like we're used to down here in Louisiana. So, you know, I was hearing complaints from other people, but I know that they're trying to cater to like all these different cultures and ethnicities. But it was just like down the middle, you're getting fed whatever. It was no bold, delicious flavors. So if you are traveling with someone else that you know is going to complain about the food, or they're just not going to be able to eat or be happy, and that's a big deal on a trip, go ahead and pack you a little mini of a sauce that you like or they like, whatever, and maybe a little mini bag of a seasoning blend that you like, or a little shaker of seasoning that you like, and just have that, and just don't care if people look at you crazy. Okay, so I have those. The next thing that I have is a water bottle. So I always bring a water bottle like this on board cruise ships with me because I have to stay hydrated. I love drinking water. I love juices. I love, yeah, water and juices. So I always have something like this. I did not purchase the drink package for this particular cruise. I will be bringing on my own water, maybe a couple of juices, a couple of ginger ales, something like that. But so yeah, I have this. The next things I have are my waterproof phone cases. I haven't used this one yet. I have used this one. I think it looks used anyways. Yeah, I'm going to the Caribbean during hurricane season. I'm going to be snorkeling. I'm very excited about that. And I'm going to be potentially maybe going on another little beach day at some point on the trip. So I think it's self-explanatory. I just want to be able to have my phone and not ruin my phone. And I like taking underwater videos. It's fun. Okay, speaking of me going snorkeling and excursions and things like that, I want to mention the next thing is being prepared for your excursion. So whatever excursion gear that you need, go ahead, pack that excursion gear. Some beaches are a little bit more rocky and seashelly to where it feels like you're walking on glass. You need some water shoes. If you're going to Jamaica and you're climbing up that waterfall, hanging on to people looking crazy, you need some water shoes. Okay. I need to purchase some snorkel gear because I don't want to rent snorkel gear. What else? You might be doing like the dune buggies or whatever, and it's real dusty. Bring a bandana. So just anticipate your own needs for your excursion and make sure you pack appropriately, basically. Okay, the next thing I have is a pop-up laundry hamper, which I just purchased today. So I usually have a laundry hamper that's just a mesh bag that kind of just lays limp until you fill it with clothes. But I'm actually going to bring a pop-up hamper for this one because this one is a little bit longer and I don't want a bunch of clothes just kind of like in a bag in a corner. I don't know. I feel like this will look less disgusting. So I'm bringing a pop-up laundry hamper. This was maybe $3 or $4 at Walmart. Go and get you one. It'll keep you from having clothes all over the place, dirty mixed in with clean. Like this is just a better way to do it. And it's aerated. So hopefully if you're not throwing soaking wet clothes in there, it's going to keep it from smelling all mildewy and gross. Yeah. Oh, while I'm on this, I don't have the laundry pods with me, but I do recommend bringing like one or two little pods. And maybe if you get really sweaty and stinky out in the sun and stuff, go ahead and have a couple laundry pods. So after maybe a day or two of clothes building up, you can do a little bit of laundry in the sink. There is a clothesline in the bathroom, so you can kind of hang them there if you don't have a balcony. If you do have a balcony, you can use your little clips like we mentioned earlier, hang up some of that stuff outside. It'll dry so quickly in that Caribbean breeze. And then throw it in the hamper if you must. But just don't let your clothes get all stinky and gross. Be considerate of your cabin mates if you have any. So the next things that I have, we're getting near the end, is rain ponchos. So I got these from $1.25 Century. And yeah, I think these come in handy too because even though the Caribbean rain can feel so cleansing and it can feel so good and you don't want to run from it. It's a part of being in the Caribbean. Those little 10-minute thunderstorms and 10-minute showers on and off, that's a part of it, okay? It's fun, it's beautiful, it feels great. But if you're on an excursion where you're wearing like actual clothes and they might not dry that quickly, you don't want to be wet for the next hour and a half until you get back to the ship to change. You don't want to be sticky and gross with your clothes sticking to you and uncomfortable, so just have a little rain poncho or two for yourself and your guest or whoever, and be prepared so that you don't have to sit there soaking wet. Now if your hair is water friendly and if your clothes are water friendly and they're going to dry in the sun, you probably don't need this or an umbrella or anything, but something to keep in mind if you're not going to be in fast drying clothes. Okay, the next thing that I have listed is money, like cash money. So I've started collecting all the ones and fives that I get from shopping or selling stuff. Like I said, did I tell you as I'm moving? I'm selling a lot of stuff. So I've been keeping all the cash and I'm keeping the small bills for tips and for shopping on the islands that we stop at because I don't want to use my card in these islands and it's just easier to have exact cash. And so, yes, I'm keeping all the small bills in something like this. This fits really well in my purse. It's slim, it's slender, and this is like a plasticky material. It's not super secure like from water and stuff, but it is pretty secure. So I can throw this in my beach bag. I can throw this in the safe in the room. I can put this in my fanny pack, whatever, little backpack, and take it with me and have my cash money, as well as this little envelope. If you have any excursions that you didn't book through the cruise line, you can print out the receipt or whatever you got when you booked it, fold it up, have it in here. have something like this. But the main point of this was to have cash money, money on. Okay. Now, this one, I think this is my last one actually. Yes, this is my last thing that I want to tell you guys about. Room spray. Have you some room spray, especially if you're sharing a room, if you're sharing a cabin, and especially if you don't have a balcony that you can just open the balcony door and air out that place. Like I said, you may get sweaty, stinky, musty, crusty, mildewy if you didn't do right, you didn't dry your clothes or whatever. It's good to have some room spray and just refresh the smells in the area. I know I'm really sensitive to smells. Some people aren't as sensitive, but I am. I don't like stinky smells. I just don't. I like things that smell fresh and clean. So room spray is important, especially in the bathroom, okay? Sit this in the bathroom and tell your cabin mates, spray this. I don't care what you did in there. I don't care what went on. Spray before you leave the bathroom and close the bathroom door, okay? Be considerate. Room spray. Now that is all 15 of the tried and true essentials, but I have one little bonus that I want to tell you guys about, and it is binoculars. Because for one, I travel in order to satisfy something within me, to just see the world and feel like an adventurer. And what is an adventurer without binoculars, right? Like, I want to be able to be looking at everything and be well watching and be like, I don't know, oh, I saw a dolphin and this and that. Other people don't have a binoculars, so you had a unique experience. You just discovered an animal. I don't know. Okay, so those are my 15 cruise packing essentials that I wanted to share with you all. As I may or may not have said earlier, I will be on board Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas within the month. I plan on making more content related to Royal Caribbean and related to Wonder of the Seas over the next several weeks. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe, stay a while. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this type of video and if you gained anything from this cruise packing video, if you learned anything or you're going to be using any of the essentials. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.